Perfect.
Welcome into TisterGamers.com. I'm Dodds Crib, and we are going to be showing you guys when the best time to trade for X Factors and high overall players in Madden 21. After you guys learn these methods, you will be unstoppable in the game of Madden. Make sure to help us out for all the hard work we do by leaving us a like, a comment down below, sharing our videos, and subscribing to our channel, while also heading to our website after the video is over and clicking on our Madden group, joining that Madden group, and checking out our other Madden content like our players to trade for list. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and get merched up. It's nothing personal, baby. It's just business. Also, check out our new merch site. We have a link in the description down below. We also want to thank all of our members, our Patreon supporters, and our stream viewers, all of you guys who come visit our streams, and it's a blast. If you haven't checked out our streams yet, come check out our streams. You guys will have a lot of fun, and we apply a lot of the methods that we show in those streams so you could see it actually work right in front of your face. Also, guys, we really need your guys' help to get us to 50 followers on Twitch, so please follow us on Twitch to help promote our site and our channel. We cannot thank you enough. So the method that we're going to be talking about today is the reset trade method. In order to do our reset trade method, you need to first do our reset contract method. Yeah, try and say that 10 times fast. This is going to work great if you're in a fantasy draft. This is going to work great if you're in a standard franchise. This is just going to work great in general. You're going to end up perfecting this and be extremely deadly. This is probably the most deadly trading knowledge that you can obtain. So we are in the Super Bowl right now. Now here is where the time starts to where you need to start building up in order for you to trade like a beast in the offseason. Trading in the offseason is just so phenomenal. It really is. So right now, what I'm going to do first is do the reset contract method. You don't have to do the reset contract method in order to trade like a beast in the offseason. We're going to basically show you how to do it in multiple different ways. But right now, at this point in time, we're going to be doing the reset contract method and picking up as many guys as possible. And once again, we're not going to go into too much depth about the reset contract method. We have a video down below and the description for our website to where you can see a much more in-depth go around on the reset contract method. So what I'm going to be doing is picking up a bunch of guys on the free agency. Now, one way to think about this is obviously picking up, guys that are young, high overall, top guys on the free agency board, the top 100. They're going to be successful. However, you also want to start thinking about positions depending on your league. So let's say you're in a fantasy draft. You may want to pick up a bunch of halfbacks. Even if you're not in a fantasy draft, you still want to pick up a bunch of halfbacks, because the position of the halfback is extremely valuable. So I'm going to be just picking up a bunch of these guys here. I won't pick up too many because it's going to cut me off at 55, which I'm fine with. However, it will release the guys who are lower overall, which will actually help me out to begin with. So some of you guys are probably thinking that these guys, the minute I advance, they're going to get released, and that's just not the case. Right now I'm in a 71. So some of these guys that I picked up, all of the guys that I picked up just there on the free agency are going to be on our team. You'll see here, they'll show locked on the contracts, and stuff like that. They'll still be here. So I'm not going to go over it too much like we said, but I'm going to advance to the next week here, which is the best time to trade, which is free agency week 1. This is the most important time to trade. I have 58 guys on my roster right now because I stacked my roster. And what you're going to see here is the rest of the NFL, their roster size is depleted because they're getting prepared to refill this roster size for the preseason. That's why it's at a 75-man roster. So you're seeing 42 guys right there on the Bears. The Bengals have 50, 43, 46, 54, which is pretty impressive. 42 there, 44. The other thing as well is I actually simmed 2 years in this just to show you guys how to do it later on, because we want to show you how to really utilize this. So the first thing that we want to talk about here is draft picks. Obviously, draft picks is something that you can, cherry pick at this moment in time because of the fact that now you actually know where the draft pick is valued, the true value of the draft pick. When you're in the preseason, it's all a guess. Now there's no guess. So I could go after the second overall pick and, really what is it going to cost me, because their team needs, once again, are rampant. Is this guy going to even show yellow interest? So yellow interest with a 63 overall right now. Now I'd still have to obviously add quite a bit more. I would add, you see all the halfbacks that we just picked up. I would add, maybe Tony Bush, see if that worked. I'm looking for a yellow interest of some sort. Gallman Jr. See, this would get us about halfway through, but is there a better way to do this? Maybe some middle linebackers. I don't think I have any middle linebackers right now because I just advanced very quickly. So let's say I use this guy here. It shows he's red interest, so that's really interesting. Well, I'm not using Barker. So those guys may not work. My D tackles here. What about Jackson? And even if I do the halfback here, I already did the halfback. Let's go with the center and see if that can somehow pan out. Oh, it's actually a lot closer than I thought it would be with those guys here. No right guard. Yeah, that he's pushing it there. So here what I would do is I'd do a 3rd round pick. These two guys I could replace easy. 3rd round pick, why not? They're going to make me do a 2nd, which I'm fine with, but I'd rather do a 2nd of next year instead of current year. And then what I'm going to do is obviously ask for picks back, go for a 6th round pick, see if we can utilize this. They're going to say no. They probably don't like that 2nd, so they actually like my 3rd more, which is pretty absurd, but whatever. That's crazy. So I'm going to ask for a 5th round pick, try and get as much back as possible. If I have to up the ante on one side, you need to ask for more picks back. Get 100% of your value. So basically for a 2nd round pick, a left tackle that I don't want, and a center that I really don't want, I got the 1st overall pick and the number 2. And the number 2 is extremely valuable as well because you can get multiple 1st round picks out of it. I got the 5th pick too on top of that of the next year, all for guys that I really just don't care about. Now, let's go for the obvious ones here as well. You got guys like Quentin Nelson, you got guards in particular, trading for positions at which you could trade for regression, trade for contracts. You could trade for guys who are in positions that are easily tradable, such as guards like Quentin Nelson. And, let's just see where we're at here. They probably need some form of a halfback like everyone else. I'm seeing over halfway interest for this. My right guard is not very good, but can he show something? Some signs of value? No, he can't. That guy is abysmal to the nth degree when it comes to that. Now, this is 65 overall. I don't know if he would show any value. He showed actually a little bit of value here. And then at this point in time, you could just top it off, maybe a 4th round pick, possibly a 3rd, maybe a 5th if you're lucky. But I ended up picking him up. Now, another thing that I want to do as well is I want to search for 1-year pros. This works really good with CPU generated players. So let me go and find, I don't know, even a cornerback. So cornerbacks are one of the hardest positions to trade for technically, unless you watch our videos. They're hard for a lot of other people. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to be looking for guys who did decent in the draft of last year. And you want to look at CPU generated. That's one of the biggest things. And another thing, if you apply our contract methods to this as well, you're going to do extremely amazing here. This guy's a star development. He's a 1-year pro. He's 76 overall. He's 22 years old. This guy's fast too. I looked at his speed there and it was in the 90s, low 90s, but it was still in the 90s. So that's exciting. What's the true value for him? Now, he may not be valuable. I may not be able to pick him up, or I may be able to get him for a halfback that's super easy, right? And this guy got drafted more than likely for what, a 1st round pick, something of that nature. And remember, I'm just spitballing here. I'm just going through the board here and just picking those guys up. And, I could show you and pick up a bunch of other guys and then restructure their contract, show you how to have a 99 overall team like our stream that we had. Remember, our stream had a 99 overall team. That's right. Yeah, and you guys could too. Any one of you guys could have a 99 overall team. However, let me just show you some of this real quick. Let's break down what's exactly going on here. So I'm going to grab these 3 guys here, and I could even grab guys lower than that. But just look at the value of halfbacks here. Was it the Buccaneers show green interest? And you're think about it this way. Each one of these guys is showing green interest. That's a potential 1st round pick for each one of these guys. First here, first there. Unlimited draft picks. You can get unlimited draft picks doing this. Go into the draft with a bunch of draft currency, trade out of that draft, and even roll your picks even more. Let's go wide receivers. Let's go guys that just like, you wouldn't expect. 65, 66. Now, any of these guys going to show yellow interest down here? Perhaps not. You know, one yellow interest there in the Saints, so he's showing yellow interest at a 66 overall. Now, what's even your value that you can get at that in that point in time? You could probably get something decent. I mean, you could trade for regression at this point in time, trade for a guy who's aging. I don't know if you can get a guy like this, but you could try to trade for a guy who's aging, trade for regression, or you could just simply say, hey, give me your second round pick. Let's see if we can make money happen. You know, you're close from there, and then boom, there you go. You got a second round pick for a guy that normally wouldn't be worth much at all. You grab a guy like this, let's grab a guy like this, and let's show you with, no, not him. He's too good. Let's go 67. Now, this guy's a rookie, so that may not be fair, but green interest there. So right guard, what was it, the Steelers, green interest there. You know, and you're just seeing decent interest, green interest there. You just need to find one. Another green interest, another one. So I think you guys get the gist at this point in time. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Please share and like our video if you guys liked it. Make sure to subscribe. And also on top of that, follow us on all of our social media platforms. Make sure to get merched up. It's just business, baby. And head to our website for more Madden content and join our Madden group. Take it easy, boys. Have a damn good day.